Marrybrown actually is the iconic brand from Malaysia. They're already 40 over years. This year they're celebrating 45th anniversary.
More and more stores. Business is growing. So I think that is exactly why we are here today to discuss Malaysia franchise brands.
This year, from 21st to 23rd of May 2026 in the KLCC Convention Centre, more than 150 companies, almost 250 exhibitors going to be there. We have many heroes brand, I can say that. More than 40 years, 30 years or 20 years. I can name it, like brand like Manhattan Fish Market is going to be there, US Pizza, Global Arts, Smart Readers.
It's very serious. Even the DPM is there.
I strongly encourage to the young generations, to the any entrepreneurs out there, franchise is one of the good way to start, because why? They always have a comprehensive training, everything, and I'm sure choose the right franchisor, then you have a right support.
Welcome to TFC Business Show. I'm your host, Reggie, aka your Chief Financial Coconut. And you can tell, this is my first time at a fast food restaurant. First time I'm shooting at the fast food restaurant or the fast food restaurant. And I am joined with Khairul, the Secretary General of MFA, which is also a very important figure managing this brand. No stress.
No stress, Reggie.
No stress. Yes.
Okay, let me add on that part
Yes.
as well, Reggie. So first of all, thank you so much for coming here. And actually, where we are right now, we are in the Sentosa Island.
Yes.
You know that the most tourist
The
spot
first,
here, popular.
just now when I came, he was like, when was the last time you're here?
Okay, welcome
I felt
back.
so called out.
So welcome back again. So actually this is that it's iconic anyway.
It
It's
is,
a tourist
it is.
area in
Yes.
Singapore. And we are right now here in Marrybrown.
Yeah.
So it's one of the flagship store. As you know, Marrybrown actually is the iconic brand from Malaysia.
Yes.
All right. They already 40 over years. Okay. I think this year they're celebrating 45th anniversary.
Oh.
And this is the flagship store. I think more than almost 8 years over here. And they are opening few more outlets here in Sentosa. So
Yeah.
this is the brand from Malaysia.
Yeah, of course. Previously when we were doing the podcast at the franchising licensing fair, we had a great chat with you, and you were
Yes.
telling me, we had one store, flagship store here, which it has become iconic.
That's the reason why I have to bring you here today for the shooting.
Of course, amazing. But just now I was Googling, right? It's like, more and more stores. Business is growing. So I think that is exactly why we are here today to discuss a little bit about this Malaysia franchise brands and, what is the franchising landscape in Malaysia. And also to let all of you know that we will be at the Franchising International Malaysia 2026.
Hey.
Yes. Khairul team has worked with us to bring us over. So we will be at KLCC waiting for you 21st to 23rd May. Okay, so by the time you see this, right, faster buy your ticket. I want to see you at KL. Yeah, so tell us a little bit more, right? Like this association, and you are the new Secretary General. So what are your big aspiration plans? No stress.
No stress. Okay, as Malaysia Franchise Association has been established more than 30 over years. All right, so two main events. As I mentioned earlier, right, is Franchise International Exhibition and also the Malaysia Franchise Award Night. So these are two main events actually that, run by the Malaysia Franchise Association. And speaking about the Franchise International Malaysia, so this year is going to be our 33rd edition. You know what, Reggie? Last year, we've been awarded by Asian Record as the most longest franchise event for this region.
Oh, serious?
Yes, that was last year.
Yeah.
All right.
And last year I was at the event, not invited lah. I ownself kepo, I went.
We welcome more kepo like you.
more kepo. Please come and kepo, right? But it was huge, 200 over brands. Like you actually feel tired at the end of the event. It's like, this is quite a walk.
Yeah. So this year is going to be 3 days, like you mentioned just now, from 21st to 23rd of May 2026, in one of the iconic exhibition place in the KLCC Convention Centre. We're going to be there for from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And this year we bring more than 150 companies, all right, which is about almost 250 exhibitors going to be there. 70% comes from local brand from Malaysia, and we have 30% from international franchise brand as well. So Franchise International Malaysia, or FRM, actually is being recognized by the Asia Pacific Franchise Confederation and also the World Franchise Council. And it has been supported by and endorsed by the Ministry of External Trade and Development Corporation, or MATRADE, which is under Malaysia Investment and Trade, one of the most important ministry.
No, anybody that is interested in doing business in Malaysia will know Matrade.
Of course,
right?
yes.
You must know. And Matrade is quite active here in Singapore.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So maybe I make it tough for you, right? So amongst all your, so many brands that will be at FIM, which one is your favorite?
Okay.
He's a Secretary General, No.
I tell you what, this year we have...
okay, or what are you looking forward to?
Okay,
yes.
Okay. As the exhibitors, okay, despite all the things happen in the Gulf area and all this thing, but again, we are very impressed because I know that most of the franchise owner, franchise brand, they are very opportunists, and our team, Secretary of MFA, are fully ready, fully prepared for this big event next month. So we are looking forward that more potential investors, more business opportunities out there that are looking into this event as a very genuine platform for them to know about franchise brand. So I believe that we have many heroes brand, I can say that. Okay, not to say biased, but we can see in Malaysia statistic, there are many franchise brands which are there already more than 40 years, 30 years or 20 years. I can name it like brand like one of the exhibitors going to be there, like of course Marrybrown is going to be there, Manhattan Fish Market is going to be there, US Pizza, Global Arts, Smart Readers. This is most of the iconic
Global
brand.
Arts is a Malaysian brand.
It's a Malaysian brand, my dear.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
It has taken over the market here, in the enrichment category.
Yes.
Right. It is a prominent brand
Yes.
here. Oh.
And you said in terms of the business sector, of course, okay, the F&B is going to be always on the top, almost like 30% come from the F&B, from different level of category of F&B. And almost the second runner-up is early child
Enrichment,
education and goes to retail after that.
Yeah, of
Very
course,
close, yeah.
Because Singaporeans spend $1 billion on these things every year.
Come to
right?
Malaysia
So
more.
come bring the brand over. Yeah, it is a big market here.
Yes.
But maybe you can share with us a little bit more on like how the franchise markets have changed, right? Because I think for a global event like yours, there are a few ways to participate. Whether is it to go there and bring the brands out, into Singapore, for Singapore listeners, or whether is it to franchise locally to other parts, in Malaysia. I have a little bit of a sense of how does this whole market work, but I would love to hear from you. How does franchising as a business ecosystem work in Malaysia?
Okay, if you're asking this, Reggie, how is start actually the policy maker, I can say that. Because back in Malaysia, we do have a franchise act, which is monitored and governed by the ministry, right? And then, of course, the direction, we have a national franchise policy. So there's 5 pillars being created by the ministry. So one of the pillars, they say that strengthening the government and the regulatory framework. This is on the government side. The second one, we're talking about the franchisee and the franchisor development through training. So we want to provide a lot of training opportunities and all these things to franchisor and also to franchisee. And then the third one is to bring more brand to be facilitate more on their finance institutions. Means that we try to connect potential brand. Okay, example, if you want to become a franchisee, right, and you don't have that much of cash ready, so that we can finance to you, okay, which are the finance institutions and all this. So we bring it all together, all right? And of course, we want to bring more local brand to increase their visibility in the international platform through franchise exhibition like this.
Like
not
us,
only Malaysia, but also in overseas,
Yes,
right?
yes.
And last but not least, to bring the franchise awareness to the public again and again. People might thinking that, hey, franchise, everybody knows about franchise, but not everybody, right? So we need to increase the awareness of the franchise. So this is the 5 pillars. It's under National Franchise Policy 2030. So we have to be aligned, and as a association, like Malaysia Franchise Association. So it's part of our role how to make sure that we can align the entire 5 pillars to our members.
It's a very serious activity.
Sounds very serious,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Off
it
the
is.
music, please.
It's very serious. Even the DPM is there, right? So
Yes.
yeah,
And this year,
the PM is gonna be there.
okay, we have the confirmation.
Haven't confirmed.
We have the
You heard-
confirmation, black and white confirmations,
Okay, confirm.
that our launching ceremony is going to be on 21st of May, which is going to be on Thursday, and it's going to be officiated by our Deputy Prime Minister.
You see, yeah, that shows how serious this thing is, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe tell us a bit more about how the market then has changed, because from my understanding, when I talk to a lot of the other franchise brands, the way franchises are done these days have changed, as compared to in the past where people expect to front load a lot of money, now a lot of brands are charging very nominal franchise fees, and then they will work with you through this process, so how has that, is it the same in Malaysia, or like what's the situation?
Okay, you see, Reggie, this is subject on the different brand. They have the way that how they want to expand their brand through franchising. There are many methods actually out there how you want to increase your brand presence through franchising, right? Of course, we are talking about like the very typical one that I secure you as a master franchise lah. I ngap first your upfront money. You have to pay the territory. You own the territory rights and all these things. So this is very common. But again, how many big company or big organization out there that have that kind of capital reach for them to upfront the entire investment, right? So that's the reason why you can see that they apply a different method. For example, okay, let's secure for you want to own the franchise, you can own the single unit franchise first. And after that, you can start develop the second store, third store. When you hit a certain numbers, then I give you a grant as what? Maybe regional franchise operator or things like that. So this is how actually the brands out there, they are trying to scale up their development, okay, through different kind of method when they do franchise. So they downsize of the investment, which is create more opportunity for people out there to invest in the franchise.
Okay, fair. And
Fair enough, huh?
I think that's fair, right? And I think that's essentially trying to keep up with the times, right?
Exactly.
So maybe for the Singaporeans that are tuning in, right? So there's also like a whole new generation of business owners that are coming up in an environment where you don't think of franchising as like the first thing. Like it's not, there was a period of time where like franchising was a sexy hot topic. Everyone was talking about it, whether you do your own franchise or you buy a franchise or all that. But I think a lot of the Singaporean business owners, they have grown up in the past, maybe decade, the new gen, they don't quite think of franchising as the first thinking, right? So things have changed lah, right? So for them to step up and try to understand this market and go to KLCC, I will see you there 21st to 23rd May. We are going to bring our very big booth, okay? 6x6, going to be fun. So for our newer Singaporean, entrepreneurs, right? The new gen, then they may make some money now. They are thinking, I want to expand, right? Then maybe Malaysia as a market is a thing, but how do I operate in this space? How should I, look at operating in the space?
Okay, you see, Reggie, now, okay, yes, I do agree that the new generation, the young generation, they have to thanks to the franchise industry. Why? Because they been experienced it. They has been witnessed the success of franchise brand. And they are start thinking that how they want to create, yes, which is a good way. You learn something from the success proven whatever track record they have. I'm sure that people who are currently the young generation, when you patron to any of the fast food or any of the restaurant fusion, they bring the element of franchise, whether they realize it or they don't realize it. Name it. If you're talking about the trademark, if you're talking about the training SOP, you're talking about the proprietary product, it already falls under franchise. Right? So you can't run it away. And of course, when you're coming to Malaysia, if you have this element, you have to register lah. Correct or not?
Of course.
You have to register lah. So I tell you what, yes, as you said that Malaysia, we have huge spending power. Okay. And I think it's a good way to start a business. Okay. Because it's not that really high risk. I can say that. Okay, because
compared to Singapore, is it?
I'm not saying that by words, but it's proven record.
Compared to Singapore.
I'm not saying that. Reggie, you remember not last 2 years when you interviewed me during FLA? Okay, that time I still had only one flagship store. So right now they are already
You are growing. Yes.
So I think it's
and more to come this year. I heard.
Yes, please say more.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I think I strongly encourage to the young generations, to the any entrepreneurs out there. Maybe you earn hard, when you're working, but you want to diversify your business into business and all these things. Franchise is one of the good way to start, because why? They always have a comprehensive training, everything, and I'm sure choose the right franchisor, then you have a right support. Because franchise is all about transfer know-how. Yes.
Okay. So I know you have to be neutral, right? Because you are the head.
I am
right?
now.
Yeah, you are. So you have to be neutral. But I have to ask you this thing. So amongst all the franchise concepts out there, in Malaysia today, and many of them will be showcasing at FIM 2026, what is one that you think is underrated?
Underrated?
Yeah, like people need to look at this thing. It's not as obvious.
Okay.
Yeah. I tell you one thing. So that day I saw this franchise, which is the helmet cleaning franchise. Have you seen those?
Yes.
The machine, you put the helmet inside, right?
Yes.
I think it's a few $1,000s.
Correct.
And that was a franchise concept. And I thought, could work, huh?
Yes.
Right? It's
Yeah, you see now, Reggie, people are looking at, put aside FMB, put aside this early child education, or even some of the retail. We can see now it's more business concept that come into franchise, you see. I've been witness quite number of brand, actually. They are talking something like, for example, even a mailbox.
Huh?
It's something like how do I say it? The mailbox is one of the brand, actually. It's from Malaysia, which is they're doing franchise. So technically, there's something like they are not like those delivery things, but they have like a service for the mailbox. You know more, you can Google later on.
So it's those type of box.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, like individual.
Correct. And then
that one can also franchise.
They franchise that. And another thing is talking about, you know that most of us, we do have our parents, right? And mostly like parents, maybe they are not, they have like example, health problems, like they have like kidney.
We are a super aged society.
Yeah, they have to go for dialysis and all this thing. And their kids or their children are very busy working. Okay. So they do have that company which they franchise the service. So that these people are going to pick up your parents, send for the dialysis and bring it back and all these things. So like maybe you have a week, 3 times schedule for this particular process. So they will do it for you. Okay, and they recruit the people which are already being trained and expert on this thing. So I think this is something is like, it's everyone wants it, because we never know that we have to take care of our parents, and you are still very busy, you have to work, so you can't take just imagine you kena kerja one week and you have to take 3 off days just to send your parents. I hope that it doesn't sound bad, but at least you put this to someone very professional to handle this while you still can do your work.
Fair. Those are interesting. For a moment, I was afraid that you would say the dialysis system also franchise.
We never know.
Don't lah.
No, maybe after the show, the open dialysis center.
Also can franchise.
Dialysis center.
Okay, great. Okay, maybe in closing,
sure.
Any last things you want to share to get more people to come to FIM 2026?
So I hope that this coming FIM, which is going to be from 21st to 23rd of May, going to be held at the KLCC Convention Center. So please do come and visit us. There's a lot of program. It's not only talking about the exhibitions. We are talking about the conference. We're talking about the pit stop. We're talking about the reception cocktail. We're talking about the podcast. So there's so many programs packed for the 3 days. So please do come and visit us.
Come and kepo.
Right?
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you.
Welcome.
I wish you well.
Thank you.
And I will see you at KLCC.
Thank you.
In a month's time. So with that, I hope you enjoyed today's special episode of TFC Business Show. We will be there once again 21st to 23rd of May at KLCC, the premier event space in KL. So we'll see you there. Meanwhile, take care. Bye-bye.